You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
You are watching the leaders in full immersion gaming, and this is the pregame show only on the NBL Network.
Playoff time in the NBL and playoff time on the NBL Network continues tonight. We've got continuing action with our divisional round and AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans coming up. But first, we got our Web3KS pregame show brought to you each and every week by our graphic sponsor, Web3KS.com. They've been a supporter of the NBL Network for as long as I can remember. They're super affordable, so if you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, head over to Web3KS.com. They are the leaders in affordable graphic design. Thanks for hanging out with us, folks. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the co-commish Lip himself. Lip, your Pittsburgh Steelers already into the AFC Championship game. And your Steelers going to face off against one of these two teams. A great matchup we have here on NBL Live. It is Mr. Not Top 5 himself, Z-Stars Cleveland Browns, against Mr. One and Done, Sonny Weaver, and the Tennessee Titans. One of these teams will try to shake that moniker with a win tonight.
Yeah, and I have experience with both of these guys. Good ownership, doing a lot of things very well. I'm very excited to see the growth of the Cleveland Browns and Star. I really want to tell you that I'm proud of Star for going from a mainly dominating run team to expanding the passing game. I'm going to give him that compliment, and I hope that he continues to grow it. And then Sonny, he's just gotta get the monkey off his back. He needs to win an NBL championship this cycle, and I want to see it this year. If I'm out,
right there you go. There's the answer.
And I think that he can do it because he's got a really good team, and he plays really well outside of a game or two every season. So I'm very excited for both of these guys tonight. And this game is going to be an extremely interesting matchup all over the place. So many position matchups that I'm so excited to see. I'm ready to see them go head-to-head.
Well, here's all I'll say, and our very own Sonny Weaver brought this up in our group me chat. The last time you and I were on a call together with the Titans on there, they were facing off against the Los Angeles Chargers last year, and I'm trying to remember how that game ended. Jog my memory what happened in that one.
Well, Sonny had it all wrapped up.
It looked good.
It looked great.
If I turned the game off at a minute left in the game, the Titans won.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then Sonny did what Sonny does, and just a little bit of being unorganized at the very end, and Gubb just stole the game from him. And Sonny was crushed. I've seen Sonny be defeated before. I've never seen Sonny's soul just crushed and shattered like that. It took him a long time to come back from that.
And I don't think that was the only thing that crushed. I think like a glass got crushed, his controller got crushed. Luckily the Xbox didn't get crushed.
I do believe that was the game where his controller went through a glass coffee table. I think that's what happened.
Well, he's looking for redemption tonight. I mean, and this is no easy task going up against the Cleveland Browns. We appreciate everybody tuning in. It should be a great game here on Broadcast 161. Before we talk about the players to watch, if for some reason you missed the game yesterday, you missed one of the best games we've seen on NBL Live ever. And I mean ever. This was a back-and-forth affair between the Saints and the Seahawks. The New Orleans Saints coming out with a 2017 overtime victory. Lip, this had a little bit of everything. It had some solid defense. It had some offensive heroics. It had injuries. It had players coming out of nowhere and becoming heroes. It had Michael Thomas going 7 catches, 139 yards, including 4 catches to convert third downs in leading this Saints team to victory.
Yeah, and that's one of the greatest things about NBL Live and playoff time. You get to see the teams overcome things that you think about them, you try to plan for them, but you can't ever really have a solid plan for them. I think at one point that they had a backup quarterback, they were missing a halfback and a tight end, the Saints, and still in overtime, even though they didn't pick it up in that moment, they still were ready to go for it on fourth down in the situation, and their defense held strong, and they came back and they got the win. And I was very impressed with that Saints team, with all the things, the coaching decisions, the guts that they had yesterday.
Yeah, if you haven't checked out that game, it's under our NBL Live broadcast archives on the network. Hit that subscribe button so you know each and every time we go live and every time one of those videos go live. Check out the game. I'm sure there's going to be a final minutes made about this one, but it was unbelievable. We saw some moxie from the New Orleans Saints, and in 2020 hindsight, maybe saw a little cowardice from the Seattle Seahawks. A lot of people saying that they choked this one away because they weren't willing to go for the big play. Saints came out on top, and good news for the New Orleans Saints. We got word yesterday that both Ross Bonham and Tevin Coleman are good to play for the games today. I don't think they've played yet, but they're going to be playing after NBL Live. They play at 9 o'clock tonight, and they're going to have both those players back. That's huge for them. No Matt Barkley. It's going to be Ross Bonham at under center. All right, let's take a look at the players to watch in this game. For the Cleveland Browns, their defense has been absolutely unbelievable this year, and a lot of that's due to the young phenom Myles Garrett, and he's having a great season. He's up over 50 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 12 sacks. He's also forced a fumble and picked up 2 of those themselves. Lip, you talked about the adjustments this Browns team has made, gone from a run-heavy team offensively to a more balanced attack, but no matter what they do on offense, the owner Star loves the defense of this Cleveland Browns team, and that's what this team has been built around, is opportunistic defense, forcing turnovers, and getting the ball to their offense so their offense can do what they do.
Yeah, and there's another guy out here, Emmanuel Ogbah. I'm going to watch him and Myles Garrett. And their matchup's going to be tough because they're going against Taylor Lewan and Jack Conklin, the tackles for the Titans. Those guys are extremely impressive tackles. But the thing is, I really like Myles Garrett because he can get to the quarterback with the 12 sacks, but he also has the 12 tackles for loss. That is big against this Titans team, who's going to try to give the ball to Derrick Henry. The Titans have said before that sometimes they try to pass too much, they abandon the run, and they're going to be sticking with that run, Derrick Henry, tonight. So I need Myles Garrett to come up with more tackles for loss to keep this defense in it.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, definitely a bruiser between the tackles, but we've seen in the couple games we've had of the Tennessee Titans on NBL Live, they do like running him outside the tackle, so Myles Garrett sealing that edge, going to be very important. On the side of the Tennessee Titans, look, I love our graphics guy, Kyle. I feel like he's getting a little too used to using this Marcus Mariota photo. I think that's why we keep getting Mariota as a player to watch. And no doubt he's an important player, but this team is so much more than Mariota. I don't know if I would call him you got to keep a look at this guy, but Derrick Henry is such a key for this offense. And on the defensive side, Darren Anua is unbelievable, and he's one of the best players. I'm surprised we haven't had him as a player to watch, but on the side of Marcus Mariota, he's completing almost 70% of his passes, quarterback rating just under 100, 25 touchdowns, 24 interceptions. Lip, would you agree that Mariota has sort of had to change from sort of that gunslinger when he came out of college to much more of a game manager? This team likes to run the ball with Henry to set up the passing game. Mariota's not airing it out quite as much as he did earlier in his career, but they're going to need him to be on target today against a very tough defense.
Yeah, and the big thing that I have a concern with Mariota is in the last 5 weeks he's thrown 2 interceptions, 2, 5, 1, and 3. He's been turning the ball over quite a bit. He started out the year very strong, looked like a promising MVP candidate. Last 5 weeks started turning the ball over. And I want to go back to that Titans-Chargers game that we talked about a little bit ago. In that game, we saw Marcus Mariota rolling to the left quite a bit. I don't know if you remember, but It was uncomfortable. It looked forced and very unnecessary. So if the Titans make the adjustment to realize that Mariota is so dangerous outside the pocket. He has great offensive line to stay in the pocket, but he's so dangerous outside the pocket as well. I really want to see the movement going to the right this week because that's going to open up a lot of things for this talented young quarterback.
Yeah, we saw a lot of throwing across the body in that playoff game, and this is a different Titans team than last year. I think I would say one of the X factors in this game are Marcus Mariota's legs. We saw that in the game against the Chargers. One of the big reasons the Titans even had a chance in that game was because Marcus Mariota picked up some big first downs and even got a touchdown using his legs. This Browns defense is hungry, and this Browns defensive line is very good. How important is it going to be for Marcus Mariota to maybe pick up some of those first downs using his legs as opposed to through the air?
Well, first off, I want him to trust his tackles. Taylor Lewan, 400 snaps and only 4 sacks this season. That's one sack every 175 snaps. That's impressive. And they got one Pro Bowl tackle, one All-Pro tackle, and they got another one, Jack Conklin. 7 sacks in 733 snaps. That's 1 every 104 snaps. He needs to trust the tackles and then get out of the pocket because that's one of the things. You have this amazing protection up front and then such a skill at quarterback. But like you said in that Chargers game, once he gets out and is able to make plays with his legs, it's such a dangerous offense that I want Mariota to be calm, trust his tackles, trust the offensive line, and then trust himself to pick up the yards with his legs.
All right, we're about ready to send this one out to the game. Get your predictions in the chat. Already seen a couple come in. Timbo saying Titans 24-21. Lip, who do you like in this one to go on to the AFC Championship game? Is it going to be the Tennessee Titans? Mr. One and Done, Sonny Weaver, finally getting over that hump, getting a playoff win, and getting a chance to get his team to an NBL Super Bowl? Or is it going to be the team that's just sort of been around? Not a lot of people talking about this Cleveland Browns team because they play in the division with the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they're 13-3. They get in with that first wild card, and this is one of the best wild card teams we've ever seen. Who do you like coming out on top in this game?
I just want to say that I respect the Browns very much, but I think that their year is a year from now. But I think this is the Titans' year. I think that they have such a good roster. I think that they've got a solid plan in place. I think that the Titans' defense is a little bit too strong, and the Titans' offensive line is going to protect very well against the Browns' defense. And I'm going to take the Titans 31-21 to move on to the AFC Championship.
Should be a great game we have here on NBL Live, folks. We appreciate you tuning in to the Web3Cast.com pregame show, but it's game time here on NBL Live. One of these teams will keep their dreams of a Season 28 Super Bowl alive. Coming up next, it's AFC Divisional Round matchup. It's the 13-3 Cleveland Browns facing off against the 14-2 Tennessee Titans. Two, shall I say, Titans of the AFC facing off tonight here on NBL Live, and it's coming up right now.
My name is Rex Dixon.
Craig Stein.
Clint from EA Sports.
You're watching NBL.
You're watching the NBL Network. And you're watching the MBLN Network.
Empty backfield for Atkins. He's going to be dropping back to pass here on fourth down. He's looking deep over the middle. He has a man. It's Brandon Cooks who catches it, makes a man miss.
Oh, that's
Woodard is
touchdown.
dropping back. He's got open over the middle.
Wow. That big playmaker
Look at
ability as
him
he
go.
finds him again.
Into the end zone. Another touchdown. And we are live, NBL Live, broadcast number 161. It's playoff time here in the NBL, and we got continuing action with divisional round matchup between the 13-3 wild card team out of the AFC North, the Cleveland Browns, and the 14-2 champions of the AFC South, the Tennessee Titans. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. I'm OSU. I'm hanging out with my man, the co-commish Lip. Lip, your Pittsburgh Steelers already into the AFC Championship game. One of these two teams will be your opponent. What are you looking to see in this game from both teams if they're going to be successful and move on to that AFC Championship game?
Well, for the Titans, like I've said, I'm looking for Marcus Mariota to carry the load. But for the Browns, I'm looking at Zach DeManch out of Ole Miss. 6'1", and this dude has got blazing speed, runs a 4.29 40, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns on the season. This guy, I watched him last week. He was absolutely on fire. And I think that if this team's going to win, he's going to have a big game because he is one exciting player to watch.
Yeah, last week in that wild card game against the Bills, 4 catches, 174 yards, and 2 scores for Zach DeManch. What a player for the Cleveland Browns, as it's going to be Jameis Winston under center coming over to the Browns, and he has been a breath of life for this Cleveland Browns offense. I formation, Isaiah Crowell at the top of that I, 2 wide receivers out there. Now both going to be over on the left side, DeManch wide, Josh Gordon in the slot. As DeManch surveying this Tennessee Titans defense, he's going to drop back to pass on first down. Winston looking over the middle. Oh, and a dangerous throw. Big hit taken. It's an incomplete pass. We saw Jameis Winston come over to the Cleveland Browns. A lot of questions as to what Winston had left in the tank, sort of run out of Tampa Bay, but he has brought a new life to this Cleveland Browns offense and new life to his career.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at his time in Tampa Bay, his best season ever was 61 completion percentage. 12 touchdowns, 23 interceptions. He flipped that around 65%. 20 touchdowns and 7 interceptions, QBR over 100. That is an extreme improvement.
And there goes Isaiah Crowell. Here's a lot of room. It's a free play. That flag down is offsides, and no one's catching Crowell. 70 yards to the house. That one's going to be declined. So the free play, somehow the Tennessee Titans don't come up with a tackle, a couple miscues on the defensive side of the ball, and a quick score by the number 6 offense in the NBL. It's Isaiah Crowell, 70 yards to the house.
That's a dangerous halfback, and he just did what he has done for a long time in Cleveland. And the thing about him, he missed weeks 10 through 13. That's a big boost for him because he is really rested up, ready to go for this game. And you can see it right there, starting this game off with a bang. Huge touchdown there for the Browns.
Yeah, you talked about this team becoming more balanced. Well, they still got Isaiah Crowell back there, and he still wants to be the leader of this offense. And what a run there, 70 yards to the house, and an early 7-0 score. Crowd quieted here in Tennessee, and now we get to see this Tennessee Titans offense come out, led by, of course, Marcus Mariota and Derrick Henry. He's going to be under center. Henry in the backfield. Montgomery split to left, Taylor split to the right. As on 1st and 10, Mariota changing up the play as he surveys this Cleveland Browns defense, the number 5 defense in the NBL. Looking over the middle, he finds Taylor, but can't come up with a play. We've seen 2 plays already, Lip, of this passing attack going after that usered middle linebacker. That's an interesting choice by the offense to start attacking the middle of the field.
Yeah, I think you can tell both of these quarterbacks are nervous, but Mariota's got a big reason to be more nervous because they're missing Corey Davis. This is a guy, 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns, big wide receiver out of Western Michigan. This is a guy that the Titans are going to miss, and I've heard Sonny Weaver talk about it. He can't believe that he's hurt for this crucial moment in Titans history. And I think that's why you're going to see Mariota be a little uneasy here to start the game.
Well, now, I mean, an early point for the Tennessee Titans needing to get some of that momentum back after the big play. They have a 3rd and 8 right now. As Marcus Mariota's going to come out, 3 wide receivers, 2 over to the right, 1 over to the left. Gilmore at tight end is on the right side of that formation. Derrick Henry in the backfield. As Mariota surveys the defense on 3rd down, lots of time, not a whole lot of rush. Mariota's going to use his legs. He might try to get the first down with his legs, and he does indeed to the 36-yard line, 9 yards on the play. The Cleveland Browns only brought 3. Looked like they had a spy. It doesn't matter. Mariota is that athletic. Got to the outside and got the first down.
Yeah, and that's what we've talked about so far tonight. And I actually really liked what he did there. He hung in the pocket, trusted his line, and then as soon as he didn't think that there was going to be anything opening up, he got outside and picked up the first down and got down. That is a big thing for Mariota and the Titans. 1st
and 10. It's going to be hand off to Derrick Henry over the right side of that formation. Going to get up to the 38-yard line, 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8. This Tennessee Titans, well, if you look on our little stat sheet created by our graphics guy, Kyle, a lot of 4s. They're 4th in a lot of these categories. I don't know if that's like some statistical anomaly or if...
well, Star said that he likes the number 4 quite a bit, so okay. he's gonna dominate because of that number.
That number that's 5 4th-place rankings. That's it's impressive.
You know why he likes number 4?
Why does he like number 4?
Because he keeps saying that he's going to get 4 championships this cycle.
Well, he's 3 short right now. That's a tough loss. 4 championships is a tough number to get in the NBL. There are a lot of good teams out there. I don't know how many seasons do you think we got left in this cycle? What, 5?
It should be 4 or 5.
Well, we might see a big run. Who knows? 3rd and 8 now for the Tennessee Titans. 4 wide receivers out there, 2 to each side. Derrick Henry in the backfield. Another 3rd and intermediate. As Marcus Mariota, he's facing a rush. He's going to go down. First sack of the game. It's Harvey coming around the right side. It looked like they fooled Mariota there, and that's what you're going to see from this Cleveland Browns defense. A lot of different looks on the defensive side of the ball. They don't run sort of straight at you with blitzes. They like to move around the coverages, and right there, Marcus Mariota looked completely confused as to what he was doing.
Trying to get too much there. He had 2 routes on the left side going deep down the field, and then a motion drag route coming underneath. Left linebacker dropped back into the middle of the field, and you had that drag wide open. Should have taken it.
And now a big return there as some missed tackles, and we're seeing that early in this game. Look, what do you attribute that to? Is that this Tennessee Titans defense, they're no slouch. They're, in fact, a better defense statistically than the Cleveland Browns, but early in this game, we're seeing a lot of missed tackles.
I think that the nerves are getting to him. Sonny's not used to having that first-round bye. And when you sit around for a week and waiting around to play, things get inside your head and you miss tackles. They need to calm down here to get themselves in this game because the Browns are starting in great field position right now.
Yeah, now 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. They're on the 46-yard line. Jameis Winston's going to hand this ball off to Isaiah Crowell, and Isaiah Crowell is going to be surely disappointed as that one only goes for, well, nothing. He got 70 yards on his first one. He got no yards on the second one. I mean, the average is good, but Crowell wants a little more than that on 1st down.
Yeah, and a big thing for the Titans, they're missing Jarrell Casey. He's out for a few more weeks with an injury, and that's a big guy to replace. 6'1", 305 at left end. A really talented player for this defense for a long time, so I think that's why we're going to see Corral have a good game on the ground.
2nd and 10 as Jameis Winston drops back to pass and setting down. He's going to look underneath, completes it. Oh, just hit short of the 1st down marker. Big hit. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 as Winston found David Njoku, the young tight end, underneath. Now a 3rd and short, and this is where the Browns can be dangerous because you have Isaiah Crowell, but you know that they would love to air it out with Jameis Winston, especially with the 7-0 lead.
Yeah, so far in a couple pass plays, I haven't seen Derek Nunwa. 17 sacks last year, 19 sacks this year. I think he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Year. He's got to step up here in a passing situation for the Browns.
Well, it's going to be a handoff to Isaiah Crowell, and Crowell gets plenty on that one. It's a 1st down. I'm looking at the play art there, Lip, and on a 3rd and 1, they brought a 3-man rush. Interesting call, nonetheless.
This is the thing. I said it was a passing situation because the Browns are more confident in their pass. They're going to use that situation to try to fool the defense, and they actually went double full on them and ran the ball, and the Titans were not ready for it.
Well, then they throw it on 1st down, and that's an easy out route, easy timing route on the left side. First time we've called on Zach DeManch's name. He gets 12 yards on the play. This kid is talented, Lip. And the problem is I think this guy's going to be around for a long time. So if you're in the AFC, you got to start planning for this athletic freak.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 years in the NBL already. Over 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns both seasons. Having a great start to his career. And like you said, we've got a long time to go. So he's really making a case to be an NBL player, Hall of Famer.
Isaiah Crowell trying to find some room up the middle. Not a whole lot there. He'll get 2 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8. This Cleveland Browns team looking to get to the AFC Championship game. We have one spot filled. Pittsburgh Steelers moving on over the Oakland Raiders. They're going to represent the AFC North. But we have an all-AFC North AFC Championship game. Will the Tennessee Titans get in there? Champions of the AFC South. We will see here. It's Cleveland up 7-0 early in this game as we're nearing the end of the 1st quarter. 2nd and 8. Jameis Winston in the shotgun. Bunch formation, 3 to the right, 1 over to the left, and Tennessee's going to jump off sides. And we know this about the Titans. They're an aggressive defense. They love getting after the quarterback, Lip. And we've seen teams have success against the Titans using some hard counts, getting some free yardage with those penalties.
Yeah, and that's the thing. The Browns, they're not the most aggressive passing offense. They've gotten a lot better. So they're going to use that. They're going to use that to get free yards just like that, put them in a 2nd and 3. They're going to use that all night. So the Titans are going to have to be really ready to switch off of the aggressive play calling as we move forward.
Yeah, now 2nd and 3 pistol formation. Winston dropping back to pass. Quick 3-step drop. Looking over the middle of the field. Has a man. And it's touchdown. Browns. Josh Gordon with the catch and the score. And the Browns, they go up 13-0. And that's something we didn't see from Jameis Winston in his time in Tampa, Lip. Looking through all of his reads, he would usually lock in on one read in Tampa. He's become a much better quarterback, going to his 2nd and 3rd option and finding Josh Gordon over the middle.
Yeah, that's a great read. That's great patience and finding the guy that you trust. Josh Gordon's having a great year. Last year, only 237 yards, 2 touchdowns. This year, over 800 yards and 5 scores. That's pretty big coming from a 28-year-old guy who had a down year last year. A lot of people would give up on him, but Jameis Winston comes in, knows he needs an experienced wide receiver, hangs on him right there, and puts them up. And I'm very impressed. I'm actually extremely impressed with what the Browns are doing so far against a very aggressive defense.
Yeah, 14-0 Cleveland on top in this game. Tennessee needing a score here, needing something to settle down the offense. As Marcus Mariota is going to find Montgomery over the middle. It's a 1st down. Good job by Mariota staying in the pocket and taking the hit as we do have an injured player down. Didn't see who it was. Lip, how important is it for the Tennessee Titans to get a score on this drive? It's early in the game. It's first quarter. There's still plenty of time left, but they're down 14-0. Their defense hasn't done a whole lot.
Yeah, the thing is we haven't seen Nunwa, and it's very questionable what is going on with the defense right now. I was just going to say, I thought I saw a different quarterback in there for Mariota. It seems like he had a little hiccup there, but appears to be okay. That was kind of a scary moment there for the Titans.
Yeah, the last thing they need is injuries at the quarterback position. They've had enough trouble as it is. The last thing you want in a playoff game is lose your quarterback. But hey, if you're the New Orleans Saints, you're going, you know, we lost without our quarterback. Matt Barkley, #champ, as they moved on in the NFC. They've got their game later today. As the Detroit Lions won earlier, they've already representing the NFC in the NFC Championship game. We got one more game ahead of us in the NFC, and that's all we got. We'll be on to the championship game, as on 2nd and 13, it's a handoff to Derrick Henry over the right side. Nice low tackle there. You saw Derrick Henry loading up that shoulder, trying to blow through the tackler. Cleveland, knowing that's what Henry wants to do, goes low and brings him down to cut it to a 3rd and 5.
That's a great tackle there by that safety, because if you try to go high, or even just try a normal form tackle on Derrick Henry, you're going to get bowled over. And going low, taking out his legs, that's a great move against Derrick Henry and stops him short of the first down.
3rd and 5 for Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. 4 wide receivers out there. Derrick Henry to his right. Spread formation. A lot of guys in the box. Mariota making a lot of adjustments. As on 3rd and 5, they're going to be dropping back to pass. Looking for anything. No one open. So look out for Mariota to take off. Nope, he's got a man running down the field. It's Gilmore. It's a first down and more. Oh, what a play by Mariota directing traffic. That's where it's sort of tough here. The Cleveland Browns defense is very good, but as long as you're only bringing 3-man rushes, you know Mariota's going to start making plays with his legs.
Yeah, absolutely. He had all day in the pocket. There was no movement there for like 3 seconds, and then he gets out of the pocket, and he's got that ability to run, but then he just waits. He's patient, and watches Gilmore find that giant hole in the Cleveland Browns defense, hits him, and picks up the first down, keeps the drive alive. That's a big thing for the Titans.
Yeah, Titans needing a score for sure, down 14-0 early in this game. As we've hit the 2nd quarter, Marcus Mariota dropping back to pass here on 1st and 10. Looks over to the right side, a little out route, timing route to Taylor. Beautifully thrown. It's a first down for the Tennessee Titans. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into NBL Live broadcast number 161, divisional round action. And just so everyone knows what's coming up next, one of our biggest shows of the year, our conference championship broadcast. That's right. Not only will we broadcast the conference championship, it'll be doubleheader action, AFC and NFC championship game. That'll be coming up tomorrow night. Should be a great game and a great time to tune into NBL Live. So hit that subscribe button down below so you know when we go live, or follow us on Twitter at Bomber League. Back-to-back games as Henry gets a couple on that play, bring up a 2nd 9 lip. We started this doubleheader thing with the championship games a couple seasons ago. It's been a big hit. It's a lot of fun seeing the top 4 teams in the NBL go head-to-head in one night.
Absolutely. You get 2 hours of the 4 best teams in NBL going against each other for the ultimate prize, a trip to the Super Bowl, and then you get to see the very next day or 2 days after the fight for the NBL championship. It's an exciting couple days in NBL, and it's a great show every single season.
Ethan Ortiz in the chat. I'm new here. What's up? What's going on, Ethan? Appreciate you tuning into NBL Live. 2nd and 9. Marcus Mariota in the pocket all day to throw, and he finds Tajay Sharp, who takes a big hit right at the sticks. Going to bring up a 3rd and inches. Sharp, one of those guys, Lip, who's maybe a little underrated, sort of buried on this depth chart. He's going to have to be big today with the injury to Corey Davis. He's a guy that they've been talking about letting go in free agency, but he is a talented and speedy wide receiver. Now a 3rd and inches, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Here comes Taylor in motion. This could be that jet sweep, and it is, and there's a lot of room, and Taylor's walking into the end zone. Touchdown, Titans, and that's got to be a big relief for Marcus Mariota and this Titans offense, getting some points on the board. That was a methodical drive, some big plays by Mariota, and we're back to a 1-score ball game.
That's what I have wanted to see, is Sonny to come out and call the plays that people don't always see unless it's on the big stage. And whenever you have one of those plays, you see that motion coming across, you have to be able to put somebody out there to be able to stop that and prepare for it. You see it all the time. And the Cleveland Browns are a good defense. They should know that's coming. If you've played Sonny at all, and maybe it's because they haven't played so much, you should know that that's coming, because Sonny's run that for quite a while.
Yeah, that's one of those staples of this Titans offense, the Sonny Weaver offense. They love that jet sweep down inside the goal line, and it works to perfection as Taylor finds the end zone. Now Cleveland gets a chance to respond, maybe a first bit of adversity. They're still up 7-0, though, as play-action pass for James Winston looking for the corner out on the right side. It's complete. It's a first down as we have an injured player on the play, but that was a nice job by Marcus Mariota, selling the play-action, finding the corner out down the field.
You see Logan Ryan there in man coverage. This is the guy that Sonny thought could lock down Dimension. You saw it about halfway through that route, halfway across the field. It looked like Logan Ryan was going to have that route shut down, but Dimension, that 4.29 40 speed, gets another gear and just gets enough space for Winston to put it in there. Beautiful play.
40. That's a quick one as Isaiah Crowell over the left side. Oh. Yeah, Isaiah Crowell, no one is catching this guy. He walks into the end zone, 55 yards for the score. Isaiah Crowell's second score on the ball game. It's another long run, and so far the Titans defense, 2 big chunk plays with Isaiah Crowell, end zone, and Cleveland just like that. They put themselves back up 14, 21-7.
I was extremely speechless for probably 15 seconds there watching that play happening and shortly after. Because this Titans defense is really good against the run, and they are not looking like it at all, letting Crowell, a very rested Crowell, run all over him. And this is just nothing that I've seen today on defense, says Tennessee Titans football to me.
Yeah, this Tennessee Titans defense, I mean, the number 4 rushing defense in the NBL, and while they haven't looked like it so far, they've given up some chunk plays to Crowell. 70 yards on his first carry of the game to the house. And right there, he goes 55 yards. So already up over 100 yards rushing for Isaiah Crowell. Big shout out to Dre Zilla subscribing to the NBL now. As we got a 1st and 10 now for the Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota in the pistol formation, looking down the field, taking a deep shot at Taylor. He overthrew that one the entire way. It's picked off by the Cleveland Browns. It's gone from bad to worse, looking for a return up to the 35-yard line. Taylor with the pick, and just what you didn't want if you were a Tennessee Titans fan is Marcus Mariota getting a little too comfortable. They had a nice drive on the last play, but maybe trying to get too much back. He overthrows Taylor on the fly route, and the first turnover of the game, the first Sonny Weaver splash play, Lip. It's for the Tennessee Titans.
I don't understand the play call there. You got too many guys going vertical at the same point of the field, and then you just throw it up and just you're hoping. You're playing at that point. This is early in the second quarter. Why are you throwing that ball against that defense at this point in the game? It just does not make any sense to me. There should have been somebody coming underneath. There should have been somebody a little bit to the left, the middle of the field, pulling somebody away from the middle guy, and then he just throws it up deep. It just does not make sense to me. The Titans are completely unorganized right now.
Yeah, a lot of people in the chat already saying the Titans are done. Well, the defense is going to have to stand up. They haven't really done anything, though, defensively. We talked about the struggles of the offense. That one, the first turnover by Marcus Mariota, but defensively, they've let Isaiah Crowell run all over them. It's on 2nd and 4. We finally got a little bit of pressure on Jameis Winston. Gets hit as he throws. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. This Titans defensive line, we talked about them all year, Lib, with Darren Anua. They haven't gotten any sort of pressure, any sort of penetration, whether it's on the pass or the rush.
Yeah, this looks like maybe the practice squad or the backup squad's playing, because the Titans always get insane pressure, and they're just not getting it tonight. And Winston's just standing there all day, letting his wide receivers get down the field and making reads.
3rd and 4 now. Big moment here for the Titans, and they jumped off sides. And it's going to be a handoff right up the middle to Duke Johnson. I think he's got the first down anyways. This Titans team completely undisciplined on defense as Darren Anua, the usually strong player, makes a boneheaded mistake. It doesn't matter anyways. They get the first down. What is going on with this Titans defense? One of the best in the NBL. We've already seen 3 offsides, and we've seen a lot of missed tackles.
This is very sloppy. And whenever you're Defensive Player of the Year for the AFC is jumping off sides in these big moments, I don't know if you can fix this, because it just looks like they're not ready. They're not mentally here.
1st and 10, Jameis Winston dropping back to pass, looking. He's rolling out to the right side, trying to get something going with his legs. He'll get a couple on the play, give him 5 up to the 19-yard line as they move into the end zone. Going to bring up a 2nd and 5, folks. What a game we have here on NBL Live. Divisional round action here in the AFC, and then we'll have our doubleheader conference championship. Then we'll have our Super Bowl show, and then after that, we got the Season 29 rookie draft. So a lot going on here in the network. Hit that subscribe button down below so you know each and every time we go live. Not to mention, we're going to have all of our original programming, our highly debatable shows, our Commissioner Corners podcast, all still happening. So a lot going on, draft specials, non-stop content here on the NBL Network. As that run right up the middle, Isaiah Crowell, that stat line's bonkers, Lip. 6 carries, 136 yards, and 2 touchdowns. If you're a Browns fan, that is exactly the stat line you wanted to see from Isaiah Crowell in the first half.
Yeah, and we're kind of acting surprised because, like we've said, the Browns have kind of shifted away from that strong run. Crowell's still a very powerful running back, and obviously doing such a great job against what is supposed to be a good defense.
3rd and 3, Winston dropping back to pass, looking for anything over the middle. Some pressure coming for him. A missed tackle. Johnson does have him, though, and down goes Winston. Johnson with the sack. That is one of the weirdest looking play yards I have ever seen. I don't even know what that is. Was that even a defense?
Well, that's what you get from Sonny. You get things that don't really make sense, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. And when it doesn't, this is the result. But I'm not going to praise the defense there too much, because I think Winston could have taken off just a second sooner, and I just didn't think that the pass rush was that.
No, it was. That was a coverage sack. Yeah, that was definitely a coverage sack. They have the defensive line. I mean, I don't know where this Tennessee defensive line has gone. They're down 24-7. They haven't done anything. This Browns offensive line, it is a good one, but we've heard about how talented this Tennessee defensive line is. They have yet to show up in this game, as Jameis Winston has had all sorts of time. 1st and 10 now for Marcus Mariota, as it looks like going into the old bag of tricks, but first the Cleveland Browns are going to jump off sides. Good hit on Mariota there. That was some good technique.
That's what's confusing to me, because the Browns have not really been that aggressive on their pass rush, and you've got guys jumping off sides right now. You can't have that. You can't have this meltdown. It's still very early in the game.
Yeah, I think we all know what's coming. It's Taylor coming in motion. It's the old PAFK quick. Let's see what the Titans can get out of this one, as he's got Taylor wide open on the wheel route, up into midfield, shake and bake move. Don't know what the second spin move was, but he gets up to the 41-yard line. Big gainer for Mariota and the Titans. A bread and butter play of the Sonny Weaver offense. The PAFK quick works to perfection.
I like what you did there.
Thank you. I appreciate that. If I didn't bite my tongue in the middle of that one, it would have sounded better too, but I did, and it kind of hurts now. Not gonna lie, my tongue really hurts right now. It's gonna be a rough call in the game for the rest of the one as the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans get going. So stupid. I'm so dumb. 50 viewers got to see that terrible joke.
I enjoyed that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Well, we've hit the 2-minute warning. Titans need a score real bad right now. They're down 24-7. And there's been no signs of the Cleveland Browns offense slowing down whatsoever. Jared Horton Jr., appreciate the subscription. Welcome to the NBL Network. 1st and 10. It's Marcus Mariota dropping back to pass. Looking over to the right side. That one absolutely should have been intercepted. That one was going the other way if it wasn't for a little bit of the old stone hands in the secondary. Taylor had the pick on the first one, the first interception. Couldn't pull it down that one, and that would have been a killer for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, I think the young guy got too excited there, saw all that open space in front of him, and just brick-handed it.
Hey, I don't know if you knew this. Derrick Henry still technically on this team. 7 carries, 12 yards, gets 2 yards there. Not a whole lot going in the running game. Not a whole lot going in the passing game. Not a whole lot going right for the Tennessee Titans.
And that's pretty unbelievable for me, because Derrick Henry's such a powerful back, over 1,000 yards this year. We all know what he can do, and it just doesn't seem like the line is giving him enough time for him to get through the hole. He's a little bit of a slower back, and it's just not working right now.
Welcome to the network, baby. ADA just subscribed. Thanks for the subscription, ADA. It's 3rd and 8. Marcus Mariota in the shotgun, looking. Lots of time in the pocket, looking to take off. Will he get the first down? He will indeed, as he steps out of bounds at the 30-yard line. He gets 8 on the play. Another 1st and 10 for the Tennessee Titans. And so far, the Browns seem perfectly content to let Marcus Mariota run all around back there. They're sending 3-man rushes on 3rd down.
Yeah, and I actually like the 3-man rushes from the Browns here. You've got a decently comfortable lead, and your offense is playing on fire right now. So I think you just cover, let Mariota run, pick up those short gains, you'll be all right.
Screen pass now to Derrick Henry. The blocking is out there as Henry gets the first down, a little more up to the 17-yard line, 13 yards on the play. Mariota 6 of 9, 101 yards and an interception. So far, Mariota's been very comfortable working underneath. The times he's pushed it downfield, it's either been an incomplete pass or an interception. Now they're inside the red zone. Let's see what the Tennessee offense can do now. 1st and 10, Marcus Mariota in the shotgun. He's got 3 wide receivers out there, 2 over to the right, 1 over to the left. Gilmore on the right side of that formation as well. He's got Derrick Henry to his left in the backfield. 1st and 10, Mariota dropping back to pass, looking. Lots of time. He just dumps it off underneath to Gilmore. Great coverage downfield by the Cleveland Browns as they get him down for a 4-yard gain. Going to bring up a 2nd and 6.
These Browns are covering very well. They're not bringing a whole lot of pressure, 3-4 guys. They're letting Mariota try to find something down the field, and they aren't letting anything open. Everything that's open has been underneath to a halfback or a tight end that's just, they've got no space. They come up and they attack and make the tackle so well.
24-7 Cleveland on top, 2nd and 6. Little drop play to Derrick Henry. Trying to get something going up the middle. He'll get 4 yards on the play up to the 9-yard line. Going to bring up a 3rd and 2 as Cleveland uses their 2nd timeout. as we're getting word, the middle linebacker for the Cleveland Browns, Christian Kirksey, who's been a real nice player in the middle there. X-rays positive. It's a broken arm, and that's a loss for this Browns team. They're going to need to test their depth in the middle of that defense.
Yeah, Kirksey's a guy that I really liked. I think that he's been undervalued a lot. Gets a lot of tackles, over 35 tackles each season, 10, 8, and 5 sacks the last 3 years. He's a great young player that doesn't get enough recognition.
Well, that was a disastrous play from the beginning, and I don't know what Mariota saw there because the wide receiver screen was set up. The Tennessee Titans should have recognized the Cleveland Browns were in press coverage, so no screen was going to work, and Mariota snapped that one anyways and is lucky that one wasn't intercepted.
Yeah, and that's big because the Cleveland Browns were willing to take that timeout on the previous play. They come up and they force an incompletion there, and now they've got 53 seconds, and we've seen Isaiah Crowell needs about 10 to 12 seconds to totally change the game, and if they can get a score here, I'm not sure the way the Titans are playing offensively or defensively if they have a chance.
Yeah, I mean, whatever that was, that was not a great play by the Tennessee Titans. They do get a field goal, but they're still down 14. 1st and 10 now for the Cleveland Browns. It's going to be shotgun formation. 5 wide receivers out there for Jameis Winston. He's going to drop back to pass here on 1st and 10. Looking over to the right side, it is complete to David Njoku. Gets out of bounds to the 38-yard line. Nice route by Njoku. Nice play call by the Cleveland Browns. 48 seconds left. 1 timeout. They've got plenty of time to get downfield. As now a 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Jameis Winston once again in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers. 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. Winston dropping back to pass on 1st and 10. Looking. Look at this offensive line play. But that was intercepted by Wilson. Oh, man. The Tennessee Titans are gifted a turnover at the end of the first half. Some life breathes into this stadium as the crowd gets back into it. I was just about to praise the Browns offensive line, and Winston makes one of what we call his Tampa Bay Buccaneers throws.
If I could slap Star in the forehead right now, I would, because you've got a nice lead. You just came up with a stop, forced him into a field goal, and then you give the ball right back to him.
Well, play action pass, as I don't know what Mariota's doing. He had multiple receivers open underneath, and he just locked in on that deep route, the post route over the middle. He's lucky that one wasn't intercepted, but they get bailed out, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure you had man coverage there, and sending a vertical route down the field, there just was not any space there, and Mariota threw it anyway. Just needs to take the safe stuff and use his legs if he gets in trouble.
2nd and 10, bunch formation to the right for Mariota as he drops back to pass on 2nd and 10. This time, he decides the underneath route is good enough for him as he finds Taylor at the 38-yard line, 30 seconds and counting. They've got all 3 timeouts. Mariota's going to hurry back to the line. Maybe this is something that can give a little confidence to Marcus Mariota. 3rd and 3, bunch formation once again to the right. He'll toss it underneath to Derrick Henry. Gets the 1st down. 16 seconds to go. 15 seconds. They'll take a timeout. Surprised they didn't take a timeout earlier. They used about 15 seconds on that play, and they don't need field goals right now.
Yeah, very, very questionable there. You had all 3 timeouts when this drive started. You ran a hurry-up play, wasted 15 seconds, and now you're in this uncomfortable position. You still got to go 30 yards, and you only have 15 seconds.
Yeah, 1st and 10, Marcus Mariota in the shotgun on 1st down. Toss it underneath once again to Gilmore. He'll step out of bounds at the 27-yard line, 6 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 4. If you're the Cleveland Browns, I think you're pretty comfortable playing the defense you're playing, which is a bunch of drop-back defense, and let them get 4 yards at a time.
Yeah, and you got to be careful if you're the Titans. If the Browns run a cover the flat coverage, the Browns can come up and make a play.
Well, Mariota's using a lot of time. 6 seconds to go. Finds a man underneath who is not inbound, so that doesn't go well. 3rd and 4, 5 seconds to go. They're just going to have to kick the field goal. So 46 seconds left. They get an interception, a chance to get a touchdown before half, a chance to really make this a whole new ball game. As this field goal, 44 yards out, is up and good, cutting it to 24-13. But you got to feel like, look, that's a wasted opportunity for the Tennessee Titans.
Absolutely. You come out, you can't get in the end zone, you kick a field goal, and then you're gifted an interception on their side of the field, and you have some horrible reads, and then you have the mismanagement of the clock when you have all 3 timeouts. It's just very confusing to me what they're trying to do. I haven't seen any commitment to one or the other from the Titans, and this is just not the team that I thought this was.
Well, and unlike your Verizon minutes, those timeouts do not roll over to the second half. So Tennessee is going to keep those 2 timeouts in their pocket as Cleveland's going to be very comfortable kneeling this one out and getting to halftime up 24-13 here in the divisional round of the playoffs. There's a whole half to go, and we've seen some weird things happen in these NBL Live games as Tennessee's going to get the ball to start the second half. Lip, I'm going to make a statement to you. You tell me whether or not you agree or disagree. It seemed like in that first half, the Tennessee Titans, I don't know what they were scared of, but they played scared the entire first half. No attempt to push it downfield, no really creativity offensively, and it ended up really biting them as the sort of what has gotten them here is that explosive offense.
Yeah, I totally agree. They do seem terrified to be who they are, to play their identity, and I think that they're lucky to only be down 11 at this point in the game, the way they've played on both sides of the ball.
Toss play to Derrick Henry, trying to find some room on the outside. He does get around the edge, takes a big hit at the 28-yard line. Only 3 yards on the play, 9 carries, 19 yards. This Cleveland Browns defensive line has done a nice job bottling up Derrick Henry and allowing their defense to play behind them. If it weren't for Marcus Mariota making a couple plays with his legs, this game would be a much bigger difference as Cleveland's up only 11 at this point.
Yeah, and I wouldn't hang your hat on that because while it is a good element to have, whenever everything else is being shut down and that's all you've got, it's a big danger for your offense.
Play action pass, and Marcus Mariota ran right into the loving arms of Myles Garrett, our player to watch. And Myles Garrett just escorted him to the turf oh so gently, as that's a sack on the play. Garrett gets his first sack of the game. Garrett made that left tackle look absolutely silly.
Yeah, and the thing is that is a very, very talented left tackle. We talked about him in the pregame. And Garrett's also very talented, so that's a matchup. He's going to win some of them, and he won right there, put him in 3rd and 14.
Yeah, 3rd and long now for the Titans. 4-man rush from the Cleveland Browns. Lots of time for Mariota. He's taking a deep shot, and Tajay Sharp makes an unbelievable catch. I didn't think it was going to be possible with Sharp being the wide receiver, but he's playing for a contract and free agency, making the catch between 2 defenders and taking an absolute slobber knocker of a hit.
Tajay Sharp is a guy that a lot of people had a lot of high hopes for out of Massachusetts. It makes a big play there. Hopefully that sparks some life into this Tennessee Titans offense, and that would be a player that play that we talk about if the Titans can start this comeback right now.
Yeah, Tajay Sharp saying, Corey who on that play? Somebody give me a contract as he makes a huge catch, a little momentum, and then it's given right back to the Cleveland Browns as Mariota throws an interception, and now we got a big return down the left side to the 40-yard line. Taylor's second pick of the game. Marcus Mariota being the best player right now for the Cleveland Browns defense.
That is an unbelievable adjustment by the defender. He was going to the corner route on the tight end, and the corner covering the streak on the wide receiver recognizes the ball's coming over top of him, sticks his hands up, and grabs it out of the midair. That was a big gain for the Titans if that pass gets through, but such an unbelievable adjustment, ball in the air by that defender for the Cleveland Browns. That's incredible.
A great play by Taylor, but when you're running these bunch formations, and we know how much Sonny loves these bunch formations, there's a lot of traffic over there, a lot of corners playing defense on those wide receivers. If you're Marcus Mariota, you have to wait for one of them to at least get out of the traffic because that was just a throw into traffic and a prayer that it was going to be completed.
And that's the thing that I wish the Titans would get out of. Okay, so you've got the Cleveland Browns defense. They've got a lot of young guys. They're not they're very good players, but they're not the most brilliant players yet. They're still developing. So whenever you've got them all in this little tight spaces, they're quick and agile enough to close those gaps. If you spread them out, they're not going to be able to get there based on speed. They're going to have to be there on intelligence and knowing what's coming. So they need to spread this defense out to be able to get to them.
3rd and 6 here for the Cleveland Browns as a rush comes flag down on the play. It's going to be a hold against the Browns. They're going to decline that one and let Cleveland attempt a long field goal. Do you like the play they're declining? I know it's normally a given to just let them get the 4th down and force the field goal, but I mean, you're down 11. I know this extends. It's still a 2-score game, but I wonder, Lip, if you're in that situation, are you accepting that penalty and letting them back up outside of field goal range and trusting your defense to get a stop?
The way that things have gone, it's tough to allow points to happen like that, but I just don't think that you could trust your defense in that situation, the way they've played. Now, if they played like the defense that they've played all season, with Derek Newmark getting pressure, I would be more likely to, but just the way that they're playing so sloppy and undisciplined, I think that was the right call.
Well, 1st and 10 now as it's a handoff to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry doing what Derrick Henry has done all game, which is get absolutely nothing in the run game. Loss of 2 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 12. We have seen a sort of a bit of predictability from the Titans offense, Lip. A lot of runs on 1st down, and Cleveland's keying in on that.
Yeah, and the thing is, sometimes this just happens, but it seems like the Titans are calling plays that are playing right into the defense of the Browns. They run to the blitz side. They try to roll to the blitz side. There's so many guys overwhelming the side of the field the Titans are going to, and it's just great play calling by the Browns.
2nd and 12 from Marcus Mariota, dropping back to pass. 4-man rush from Cleveland. Rush is coming. Mariota's going to take off, use his legs, takes a big hit. Wow, you don't like to see your quarterback take hits like that on a scramble, but he pops right back up as DeAndre Levy with the hit on that play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
I absolutely never want to see that. He
Never.
tried to make a move, and you've got a quick running quarterback taking a hit to his legs. Absolutely can't have that.
3rd and 4, it's going to be a handoff to Derrick Henry, who immediately sees the Browns over there, and he can't get to the line. That one doomed from the beginning, and Tennessee's going to have to punt a 3-and-out for this offense. Where has this Tennessee Titans team 14-2 in the regular season? Where has this team gone? At playoff time comes around, and they do the opposite of what the Seattle Seahawks do, which is they see the playoffs and they run and hide.
That was another one of those plays that I talked about where it seems like the Browns are just calling the absolute perfect defense for what the Titans are running. That's an outside zone trying to get to the outside there, and they're running a contain to push Derrick Henry back inside. That's exactly what happened, and he was shut down. It's unbelievable how well the Browns are calling plays on defense.
1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns, 27-13 your score right now. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning into broadcast number 161 here on the NBL Network. 1st and 10, James Winston rolling out of the pocket. Darren Anua, he's going to get a sack, and finally, it's 3rd quarter, 2:30 to go. Darren Anua has apparently been on the field this whole time, finally made an impact in the game, gets the sack, and is able to bring down Jameis Winston.
The great thing is that it's a sack. The bad thing is it only pushes them back 2 yards. And that's the thing. Anua needs to step up. He's such a talented player. He needs to get to the quarterback.
Well, on 2nd and 12, Anua's getting in the backfield, trying to get another one, and is able to get the sack. His 2nd one on the game. That one, well, that's a 9-yard sack. That one's a bigger deal as Darren Anua. I don't know if he got that, like, water bottle from Space Jam that Bugs Bundy handed out that had the special juice on it. Maybe he took a slurp of that in the locker room because he looks like a different player in the 2nd half.
Yeah, and that's going to fire this team up. They're going to be ready now. This could be a turning point, and I'm very excited to watch it.
It's 3rd and 21. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen pass. That one was blown up from the beginning. Duke Johnson not able to get anything going there. He'll lose 5 on the play. Cleveland will be forced to punt. And finally, the Tennessee defense with Darren Anua, it appears that they came out of the locker room. I think they were stuck there in the 1st half. That is some hair, by the way, on the punter. Anyone notice that? That's a do. That is a do. As the punt is away, it's a deep one, but a great return here by Tennessee. Up to the 40, to the 45, up to midfield, making a couple-man miss, and gets to the 47-yard line. The crowd is back into it. Will Marcus Mariota give it back to the Cleveland Browns on this drive, Lip, or are we looking at perhaps some life for the Tennessee offense?
I desperately need a touchdown from the Titans now. Show me the Titans that you've been all season long. This is the time. This is the moment. Marcus Mariota has to be the leader and score a touchdown on this drive.
1st and 10, 5 wide receivers out there. Blitz coming. Quick throw over to Gilmore, and he makes the tough catch in coverage. Oh, that one was a dangerous throw, but he trusted his tight end Gilmore to make the tough catch. It's a 1st down for the Titans.
I think Derrick Henry is out for the game. We've got Niles Davis coming in, and this is big because now Davis is a quicker halfback. I think he's going to be able to get through the holes a lot quicker than Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry's kind of a slow potato runner. Look for Niles Davis to be able to hit the hole a lot quicker and really break off some runs.
Well, Davis trying to get something outside, and I don't know why he threw that juke move out there, but it didn't help. Loss of 1 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 11. Appreciate each and every one of you tuning into NBL Live Broadcast 161. Again, hit that subscribe button down below or go over to our Twitter at Bomber League. We will have doubleheader action tomorrow night. AFC and NFC championships, both right here on the network. Network. Time still to be determined, but hit that subscribe button so you know when we go live, or follow us on Twitter at Bomber League. We'll announce the game times there. Second 11, blitz coming, picked up perfectly, and another bad throw by Marcus Mariota. It's picked off. Oh, you could see that one coming. Hume saw where Marcus Mariota was looking and jumped the route, and just every time the defense comes up with a big play for the Titans lip, oh, Marcus Mariota gives it right back to the Cleveland Browns.
That is absolutely disgusting to me, because now Davis slipped out into the flat. The guy that was looking to cover him blitzed. You had that wide open, take it all day, and you just force it to a guy that has a dude all over him. Unbelievable, Marcus Mariota.
Well, down goes Crowell. No gain on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 10. We want to give a big shout out while we have a moment here in the third quarter to our graphic sponsor, also our pregame sponsor, web3ks.com. If you or anyone you know needs graphics done for an affordable price, I implore you go to web3ks.com. They work with us. They've been a friend of the network for a long time. Do a lot of the custom graphics you see here on NBL Live. So again, web3ks.com. They are the leaders in affordable graphic design. 2nd and 10 as we're going to hit the fourth quarter. Unbelievably though, if there is a little bit of silver lining for the Tennessee Titans, it's the fact that they're only down 14 when Marcus Mariota and the offense has been this pitiful.
Yeah, and that's, like I said at halftime, they were very lucky to only be down 11. Right now, they're lucky to be down only 2 scores. There's a lot of time in this game, but just the way that the Browns have played, they've played really smart football. So I think it's going to be a very tough challenge.
Yeah, 2nd and 10. Jameis Winston dropping back to pass. Blitz coming. Nope, it's picked up. Looking downfield, and a catch over the top of the defender. David Njoku, another big catch. Didn't talk about it in the pregame. We talked all about Zach DeMonch, but Njoku, his 4th catch of the day, none bigger than that one as the Cleveland Browns move into enemy territory.
We saw that play for the Titans. Threw it up into blanketed coverage, and it was knocked away. But right there, Jameis Winston puts it only where Njoku can get it, and that's a big gain and a first down for the Browns.
1st and 10, Jameis Winston in the shotgun with Isaiah Crowell. He's got 3 wide receivers out there. Play action pass. Winston dropping back to pass, looking over the middle of the field, has a man. It's complete. It's another first down and a big one to the 11-yard line. A beautiful throw there by Jameis Winston right up the seam, recognizing only the 2 deep safeties. And the Cleveland Browns are in business again, looking for another score as Kenny Britt, his first catch on the day, goes for 38 yards.
Those safeties are staying outside in case those comebacks went up the field. You had a dig coming underneath to hold the linebackers down, and the post gets wide open over the top. Britt's still roasting dudes. That's very impressive.
Shout out to Kenny Britt. Not a long tenure in Cleveland in the NFL, but in the NBL, still kicking around as Carl's only able to get a yard on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and 9. I don't know, but the game's not over yet. We've seen weird things. We watched this Titans team lose on a heartbreaker last year, but I feel like this one, it's pretty much in the books for the Cleveland Browns, especially when they're in this position.
I would agree with that. The only way I wouldn't is if the Titans were showing any sign of life, especially on defense, but they have crumbled. They have just been the complete opposite of what they have been for so long, and that is the reason why they're losing today. I would like to say that you can blame it on Mariota, but the defense has been getting crushed all day, and it's been putting a lot of pressure on the Titans offense. And like we said from the start, Enunwa jumping off sides, that shows your team is unprepared. That's the fault.
Well, and I will say, give some credit to the Titans defense second half. They've been much better, able to force some stops. It's been Mariota giving the ball back in the second half, whereas in the first half, the defense couldn't stop a nosebleed as Duke Johnson hurdling his own players into the end zone. I don't know if that was necessary, but it gets them the point, so nobody in Cleveland cares. 33-13. Titans fans all around the stadium heading home. They're looking for the nearest exit. As maybe the first miscue of the game, they missed the extra point. So if Tennessee somehow finds a way to get some stops, finds a way to get some points, that may come back to bite them. But Cleveland's up 20 at this point, and Tennessee's offense is reeling right now.
The problem is the Browns have played the same defense all day. They've allowed Mariota to sit in the pocket. They've given him very short stuff or let him run out for 5-8 yards a time or two. So right now, that's the same defense they're going to play. They're going to rush 3, they're going to rush 4, and they're going to make Mariota force the ball downfield, and they're going to be there for the coverage. And that's a big problem for the Titans because they haven't been able to figure it out all day.
First and 10 for the Tennessee Titans, needing to score quickly to stay in this game. Play action pass, Mariota rolling out to the right and stands there to make sure that Emmanuel Ogbah can bring him down. What a nice play by Marcus Mariota. Didn't want to make Ogbah work too hard. Loss of 3 on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd and long.
Once again, you've got to pick up yards, and right there, the halfback right out to the flat could have just dumped it off, picked up the yards. Like I said, they're going to give you the short yards,
network,
so
baby.
you've got to take them and just take the sack, trying to wait too long downfield.
Stronger King 23, appreciate the sub as Mariota running for his life once again. He dumps it off underneath to Gilmore. Mr. J Gaming, appreciate the subscription. Again, remember folks, tomorrow night we'll have doubleheader action, AFC and NFC Championship right here on the NBL Network. It's a huge show. You're not going to want to miss it. The top 4 teams, one night, 2 games. Should be a lot of fun here on the network. Again, game time to be determined. Follow us on Twitter at Bomber League. We'll announce the game time there once it is set after this round is done. And then we got our Super Bowl coming up. That is to be determined as to when that is. It'll be in the next couple days or so. 3rd and 8 for the Titans. Looks like they're trying to set up a screen, and I don't know how Niall Davis got to that ball at all. He was, it looked like he was in a little bit of a hug there with 4 other players. Managed to reach out and grab it, but gets nothing on the play, and now 4th and 8, and this one, if the game wasn't over now, this one, if they don't get it here, it's over then.
Yeah, and if you're the Titans, you've got to look at yourself and say, we can't even run a screen right. We have to go back and kind of start from scratch because nothing, and I mean nothing, has gone your way today.
4th and 8 for Mariota and the Titans. 4 wide receivers out there. Play action pass. 3-man rush. Looks over the middle. He finds Tajay Sharp, who makes a man miss and is able to get up to the 36-yard line. Nice play there by Marcus Mariota, finding Sharp. Man coverage over the middle. Sharp. Man, if he's going to be signed by anyone, this is a great audition tape because he has been the one bright spot for the Tennessee Titans offense.
Yeah, and the only limitation that he has is he doesn't have that blazing speed right there. He kind of had a little
seam,
to
yeah.
get up the field, and he just couldn't. And that's his only limitation. But other than that,
oh my Lord,
great catcher, and that is an unbelievable.
That's just unbelievable. That's not a great throw. That's just an unbelievable play by Sharp once again. Coming down with that one, the defender just throwing his arms up trying to make a play. Sharp comes up with it. 11-yard line for the Titans. A chance to score once again as he finds Gilmore on the 3-yard line. Tennessee's going to have to hurry up and get in the end zone and get something going. They're hurrying back to the line. As it's Marcus Mariota in the shotgun. Niall Davis to his right. 3 wide receivers here. 2nd and 2. Gilmore coming in motion over to the left side. Looks like they're going to hand this off to Niall Davis. That's not Derrick Henry. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by Mariota. And he may have the first down as he gets up to the 2-yard line. They're going to call him just short. Almost disastrous. But it's sort of been what the Tennessee Titans have been doing today. Lots of confusion up front. Davis fumbling the ball, but Mariota with a heads-up play.
2 things.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on to the ball.
Sure.
Second, your quarterback's picking up fumbles,
sure.
putting his hands in dangerous places.
Sure.
This game's over. Think about the future, man.
2:39 to go. Handoff to the fullback, Watkins. I think he has the first down there. The 1-yard line. They're using a lot of time here trying to get this touchdown. 2:30 to go. They're down 20. They need to score quickly. No, they didn't get it. It's 4th and inches. Play action pass. Marcus Mariota rolling out to the left. Toss it to the back of the end zone. It's caught by Gilmore, who is upended but holds on to the ball. Maybe the Titans just need to be down 20 to get the offense rolling. What a play there by Marcus Mariota. But again, Lip, that was another one of those we saw in that playoff game. The rolls to the left. Mariota looks so uncomfortable going that way.
Yeah, it's such a questionable thing when you're watching this. He rolls to the left so often. It just doesn't even look comfortable for him and for this offense. And in that situation, 4th and inches, the game is on the line for them, and you're going to roll to the left. But man, that tight end took one big hit.
Yeah, 13-point game as this return's going to the outside. Going to be down at the 20-yard line. 2:18 to go. Stick with us to the end of the game, folks. We'll have our selection for our NBL Live Player of the Game for broadcast 161. You can check out all of our Player of the Game selections on our website. It's at 365.maddenbomberleague.com. Under the NBL Live tab, you can check out the archives all the way back to broadcast number 1. 1st and 10. For the Cleveland Browns, looking to put the final touch on this game, up 13. Handoff to Isaiah Crowell. No Tennessee Titans over there. The cornerback making the tackle, 5 yards on the play. Tennessee using their first timeout. This run defense from the Titans has looked absolutely abysmal today.
It's such a defeating thing. When you have such a good defense, a top 10 defense, a top 5 defense in most of the cases for the Tennessee Titans,
to just be run on, passed on, and have 33 points put up on you. I just don't understand. They have so much talent on that entire defense, and it's just fallen flat today.
2nd and 5 for the Cleveland Browns. Hand off to Isaiah Crowell up the middle, trying to find something. He gets a yard on the play, brings up a 3rd and 4. Tennessee not out of this one yet. They are going to use all their timeouts here. They need to stop. They need to get the ball back. They need to score. Then they need to get an onside kick. Then they need to score again. That's pretty easy here, right, Lip?
Oh, yeah. It happens quite often that I have full confidence in
100%.
Sonny Weaver.
I think Cleveland should just leave because this game's over. This game is definitely over for one team. It's 2 tight ends out there for the Cleveland Browns. I formation. It's going to be a handoff to Duke Johnson around the outside. That tackle was absolutely made with his chest. There was no wrapping up there. It was like a chest thrust towards Duke Johnson. But it brought him down for a loss, and Cleveland's going to punt this one away. Tennessee has a chance to make this score look a little more respectable.
And I do think that this is a pretty dangerous punt returner here for the Titans. He's had a good season. And this could be a play that really could turn this game around, but it's going to be very tough for them to do.
Yeah, 4th and 7. This punt's going to be taken back at about the 27-yard line. Nelson taking it up past the 40. Nothing dangerous there. Pretty pedestrian, but Cleveland, they do their job, which is to punt the ball away and go 3 and out. So Tennessee, they technically still have life. Not a lot of life, but the heart is still beating, and they need to get a score quickly. Marcus Mariota in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers, 2 over the right, 1 to the left. Gilmore at tight end on the right side of that formation. 1st and 10. Rush coming right up the middle. Mariota's got to get rid of that ball. And again, I get you're down. I get you need to score. I hate that play call in this situation. 4 verts. You know that they're not going to be playing any sort of blitzing defense. You're not going to beat them over the top. Why make that play call late in the game?
I couldn't tell you because I saw what he was looking at. There was separation on the slot guy, but there was a safety just licking his chops, waiting for Mariota to throw that ball to him.
Mariota dropping back to pass. Lots of time. Looks over in the middle of the field. Has a man. It's Gilmore once again. Gilmore's having a great game for the Titans. Minute 44 to go and counting. And the Titans going to hurry back to the line as that one gets him up to the 32-yard line. Marcus Mariota in the shotgun. Niall Davis to his left. 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right. 1 over to the left. 1 tight end on the right side of that formation. Play action pass as if the Titans were actually going to run. Nobody falling for that one. As this one is intercepted, and that's going to seal the game for the Cleveland Browns as a fumble on the attempt. I can't handle it.
I am largely confused that there's a player in the NBL who cannot place his knee on the ground without fumbling.
Oh my God!
Play of the game.
Just record that bad boy.
Too excited, too overwhelmed. He couldn't handle the moment.
The first attempted turnover by the Tennessee Titans. What a play! Oh wow! Boy, there are about 9 other things you could have done on that play. That was amazing. Thank you for the laugh at the end of the game.
I enjoyed that.
Oh.
I enjoyed that very much.
You gotta find the comedy in life, folks. If you can't enjoy it, I don't know what you're doing out here. It's unbelievably the 13-3 NBL Cleveland Browns trying to do their best NFL Browns impression and Browns this one up right at the end. That was amazing. That was beautiful. Well, apart from that, that was unbelievable. Oh, I'm so happy. Well, this game's over. The Cleveland Browns will face off against the Pittsburgh Steelers in an all-AFC North AFC Championship game. They win this one 33-20. Dagger John Blevins asking in the chat. It was literally what I was bringing up next, Lip. There's been a lot of talk. We've heard a lot of trash from mostly his opponent, Sonny Weaver, but a lot of people in the NBL. Hashtag not top 5, especially after the Browns absolutely laid an egg in the playoffs. What was it, 2 seasons ago was they laid that egg? Or was that last season that they got absolutely blown out?
2 seasons ago, there was a giant egg laid.
Giant egg left. The question is with this win today, with the way the Browns have played all season, is hashtag not top 5 dead? We know that hashtag one and done, still very well and alive for Sonny Weaver, but is hashtag not top 5 dead for the Cleveland Browns and owner Z-Star?
It has a pulse. It is coming back, and there's only 1-2 games left.
Here's all I'm saying.
But
a win tomorrow.
It's very impressive, no matter what. Absolutely, no matter what, it's very impressive. to be in this position, and a lot of respect because, like I said, there's been a lot of game development that I'm pretty impressed with. So I think that the bottom 5 thing is definitely killed. Creeping into the top 5, I may say.
Yeah, absolutely. Great game there by the Browns. They win this one 33-20. Time to make our selection for the broadcast number 161 player of the game here on NBL Live. Eddie Mars, it's something we've always wanted to do, but we don't because we have integrity here on the network. But he says player of the game for the Cleveland Browns is Marcus Mariota. He had a fantastic game for the Browns. Lip, there's only one name that comes to mind. It's the guy that broke this one open. It's the guy that was the engine for this Browns offense. Jameis Winston didn't do a whole lot, but he didn't have to because Isaiah Crowell, what a game he had. 160-plus yards and 2 touchdowns on the day. He's got to be the choice for player of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Takes it from me. Like I said, missed weeks 10 through 13. Dude is rested, and he's ready to prove a point for the Browns in the NBL.
Well, we have one half of our doubleheader set for tomorrow. AFC Championship game, Steelers-Browns. Lip, you're going to be a part of that one. This is one of those situations where you don't really know what to expect. You guys have played twice this season, split the season series, third time seeing each other, and we know how tough it is when you know each other so well. Just give us a little insight as to what the mindset is for both owners going into a championship game, a chance to go to the Super Bowl against a division foe who you've already seen twice in the season.
I think that it's all about the turnovers. Cleveland plays kind of a conservative. They don't really make a whole lot of mistakes. So once they get the ball, they go get points no matter what. And Pittsburgh's we're going to be a little more aggressive. That's what we've done. So I would look at the turnovers. If one team turns the ball over, that's going to be the deciding factor because when we've seen it tonight, when Cleveland has the ball, they eat the clock, they ground and pound. That's what they do very well.
Yeah, one half of the championship doubleheader is set. It's going to be Browns and Steelers tomorrow night. That'll be one half of the doubleheader, folks. Again, second half to be determined. It's going to be the Detroit Lions facing off against the winner of the Saints and Falcons game. That should be a great matchup. Coming up in about 40 minutes. Should be a lot of fun tomorrow night. Again, doubleheader action. We'll post the game times on our Twitter at Bomber League, or just hit that subscribe button down below. You'll know when we go live. You'll get that notification. And we'll have our doubleheader set, 2 hours of NBL right here on the NBL Network. Should be a lot of fun. Final thoughts, Cleveland Browns, a big win over the Titans. Once again, Titans can't get over that hump, but the Browns proven why they may be one of the best teams in the NBL.
Yeah, and I'm very impressed with the Browns. I'm very impressed with the growth and development of this team. But I'm also very disappointed in the Titans. Excellent roster. Might be one of the best 2 or 3 rosters in the NBL, and they just come out and play flat, undisciplined, unprepared, very disappointing.
Yeah, preparation certainly key. This Titans team, though, will be back next year. It'll be interesting to see what they look like. But the Browns, they're still fighting in that AFC Championship game. Again, folks, tomorrow night, be sure you're here on the network. We appreciate each and every one of you tuning into NBL Live broadcast number 161. For my co-host, the co-commissioner himself, Lip, I'm OSU. Your final score once again. The Cleveland Browns topple the Tennessee Titans 33-20 here on the NBL Network. We'll see you tomorrow night. Doubleheader, AFC and NFC Championship right here on NBL Live.